Ah, misery.
Alas, poor heart, go hide thyself away to weeping concords, tune thy roundelay. Ah, misery. All love is all for one, yet our love he heedeth not. He is coy and cares for none. Sad and sorry is our lot. Ah, misery. Go breaking heart, go dream of love requited, go foolish heart, go dream of lovers plighted, go mad, go hard, go dream of never waking, and in thy dream forget that thou art breaking. Ah, misery. Forget that thou art breaking. 20 lovesick maidens weep, lovesick all against our will. 20 years hence we shall be, 20 lovesick maidens still. Ah, there is a strange magic in this love of ours. Rivals, as we all are, in the affections of our Reginald, the very hopelessness of our love is a bond that binds us to one another.
Jealousy is immersed in misery,
While he, the very cynosure of our eyes and hearts, remains icy, insensible. What have we to strive for?
The love of maidens is to him as interesting as the taxes.
Would that it were! He pays his taxes and cherishes the receipts. Happy receipts!
Fools!
I beg your pardon.
Fools and blind. The man loves, wildly loves.
But whom?
None of us.
No, none of us. His weird fancy has lighted, for the nonce, on Patience, the village milkmaid.
On Patience? It cannot be.
Ah, but yesterday I caught him in her dairy eating fresh butter with a tablespoon. Today he is not well.
But Patience boasts that she has never loved, that love is to her a sealed book. He cannot be serious.
'Tis but a passing fancy, 'twill quickly wear away. Oh, Reginald, if you but knew what a wealth of golden love is waiting for you, stored up in this rugged old bosom of mine. The milkmaid's triumph would be short indeed.
still brooding on a mad infatuation. I thank thee, love, thou comest not to me. For happy I free from thy ministration, than dukes or duchesses love can be.
'Tis Patience,
to me. It cannot be kind as they'd imply. Oh, why do these ladies sigh? It cannot be joy and rapture deep. Oh, why do these gentle ladies weep? It cannot be blissful as 'tis said. Oh, why are their eyes so wondrous red? Though everywhere to love I see, are coming to all but not to me. I cannot doubt this love may be. I am blind and I am gay, one is it sighing night and day.
Yes,
Oh,
she
I
is
am
blind and she is gay.
Think of the cortex
Yes, she is
in
blind
me.
and gay.
Think of the cortex
Yes, she is
in
blind
me.
and gay.
La 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 la. If love is a thorn, they show no wit, who foolishly hug and foster it. If love is a weed, how simple they who gather it day by day. If love is a nettle that makes you smart, then why do you wear it next to your heart? And if it be none of these, say I, why do you sit and sob and sigh? Though everywhere to love I see, are coming to all but not to me. I cannot doubt this love may be. I am blind and I am gay, while they sit sighing night and day.
Yes,
Oh,
she
I
is
am
blind and
I
she
am
is gay.
Think of the cortex
Yes, she is
in
blind
me.
and gay.
Think of the cortex
Yes, she is
in
blind
me.
and gay.
La 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 la.
Ah, patience. If you have never loved, you have never known true happiness.
But the truly happy always seem to have so much on their minds. The truly happy never seem quite well.
There is a transcendentality of delirium, an acute accentuation of supreme ecstasy, which the earthy might easily mistake for indigestion. But it is not indigestion. It is aesthetic transfiguration. Oh, enough of babble. Come!
Oh, but Stania, I have some news for you. The 35th Dragoon Guards have halted in the village and are even now on their way to this very spot.
The 35th Dragoon Guards.
They are fleshly men of full habit. We care nothing for dragoon guards.
But bless me, you were all engaged to them a year ago.
A year ago.
My poor child, you don't understand these things. A year ago, they were very well in our eyes, but since then, our tastes have been etherealized, our perceptions exalted. Come, it is time to lift up our voices in morning carol to our Reginald. Let us to his door.
20 lovesick maidens weep, lovesick all against our will. 20 years hence we shall be
20 lovesick maidens still.
friendly tether. Upon the battle scene, they fight the foe together. Their every mother's son, prepare to fight and fall is the enemy of one, the enemy of all is the enemy of one, the enemy of all is.
Major! If you want a receipt for that popular mystery known to the world as a heavy dragon, yes. Take all the remarkable people of history, rattle them off to a popular tune. Yes. The pluck of Lord Nelson on board of the Victory, genius of Bismarck devising a plan, the humor of feeling which sounds contradictory, coolness of Paget about to trepan. The science of Julian, the eminent musical, wit of Macaulay, who wrote of Queen Anne, the pathos of Paddy as rendered by Boucicault, style of the Bishop of Sodor and Man. The dash of a Dorsey divested of quackery, narrative powers of Dickens and Thackeray, Victor Emmanuel, piquanting Peverell, Thomas Aquinas and Dr. Sacheverell, Tupper and Tennyson, Daniel Defoe, Anthony Trollope and Mr. Gizmo.
Yes, a heavy dragoon, 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 a heavy dragoon.
And the heavy dragon
Is a residue.
A receipt for that soldier like Peregrine. Get at the wealth of the Tsar if you can. The family pride of a Spaniard from Aragon. Force of Mephisto pronouncing a ban. The smack of Lord Waterford, reckless and rugged, swagger of Roderick, heading his clan. The keen penetration of Paddington Pollocky, grace of an odalisque on a divan. The genius strategic of Caesar or Hannibal, skill of Sir Garnet in thrashing a cannibal, Victor of Cleveland, the stranger, a touch of him, little of Manfred, but not very much of him, Beadle of Burlington, Richardson Shaw, Mr. Macabre and Madame Tussauds. Take all these elements, all the good, let them discover and take on the storm, and the heavy dragon
Is a residue.
If this recipe for a dragoon makes you venture, I wonder who that is. I don't know that name.
Yes.
They're mostly archaic from mid-19th century. What about people of more recent fame?
Yes.
The pluck of Liz Warren campaigning for victory, genius of Sullivan's musical plan, McConnell and Schumer in camps contradictory. Get at the wealth of Bill Gates if you can. Bruce Jenner, now Caitlin, with change anatomical. Wit of Miranda of Hamilton fame. Then Colbert and Fallon, the hosts, sometimes comical. Guy in the White House can't think of his name. A dash of Chef Emerald, tossing a salad, the class of Sinatra when crooning a ballad. The Beatles, then Bieber with sweetness and unction, La La Land or Moonlight, the Oscar malfunction. Rodgers and Hammerstein writing a show, and Drew Lloyd Webber and Lerner and Lowe.
Yes.
And the heavy dragon
Is a residue.
scene of our former triumphs. But where's the Duke?
Here I am.
Come, cheer up. Don't give way.
For that, I'm as cheerful as a poor devil can be expected to be, who has the misfortune to be a duke with 1,000 a day.
Most men would envy you.
Envy me? Tell me, Major, are you fond of toffee?
Very. We're all fond of toffee.
We are!
Yes, and toffee in moderation is a capital thing. But to live on toffee, toffee for breakfast, toffee for dinner, toffee for tea, to have it supposed that you care for nothing but toffee, and that you'd consider yourself insulted if anything but toffee were offered to you. How would you like that,
I can quite believe that under those circumstances, even toffee would become monotonous.
For toffee read flattery, adulation, and abject deference, carried to such a pitch that I began, after all, to think that man was born bent at an angle of 45 degrees. Great heavens, what is there to adulate in me?
Good Lord, nothing.
Am I particularly intelligent? Or remarkably studious? Or excruciatingly witty? Or unusually accomplished? Or exceptionally virtuous?
Not about as commonplace a young man as ever I saw.
You are!
Exactly. That's it exactly. That describes me to a T. Thank you all very much. Well, I couldn't stand it any longer, so I joined the second-class cavalry regiment. In the army, thought I should be occasionally snubbed, perhaps even bullied. Who knows? The thought was rapture. And here I am.
Yes, and here are the ladies.
But who is the gentleman with the long hair?
I don't know.
He seems popular.
He does seem popular.
Literary man, instead of slyly peering at us, casting looks endearing at us, blushing at us, flushing at us, flirting with a fan, they're actually sneering at us, jeering at us, pretty sort of treatment for a military man. They're actually sneering at us, jeering at us, pretty sort of treatment for a military man.
In a rapt, ecstatic way, like a literary man who despises female clay. I hear plainly all they say, 20 lovesick maidens they.
He hears plainly all they say, 20 lovesick maidens they.
so excellently wise. For a moment, mortal me, deign to raise thy purple eyes from thy heart-drawn poesy. 20 lovesick maidens see, each is kneeling on her knee. 20 lovesick maidens see, each is kneeling on her knee.
Though, as I remarked before, anyone convinced would be that some transcendental lore is monopolizing me. Round the corner I can see each is kneeling on her knee.
Round the corner we can see each is kneeling on her knee. Explain it if you can. Instead of what you need, cherish us and pause. Instead of what splashing at us, flirting with a fan. They're actually sneering at us, sneering at us, sneering at us. Pretty sort of people call a military man. They're actually sneering at us, sneering at us, sneering at us. Pretty sort of people call a military man.
Oh, sir, leave us. Our minds are but ill-tuned to light love talk.
But what in the world has come over you all?
Bunthorne! He has come over us! He has come among us! And he has idealized us!
Has he succeeded in idealizing you?
He has!
Good old Bunthorne.
My eyes are open. I droop despairingly. I am soulfully intense. I am limp and I cling.
Finished. At last. Finished.
Are you better now?
Yes. Oh, it's you. I am better now. The poem is finished, and my soul has gone out into it. That was all. It was nothing worth mentioning. It occurs 3 times a day. Ah, Patience, dear Patience.
Will it please you read it to us, sir?
This we supplicate.
Shall I?
No!
I will read it if you bid me.
You can if you like.
It is a wild, weird, fleshly thing, yet very tender, very yearning, very precious. It is called, Oh, Hollow, Hollow, Hollow.
Oh, is it a hunting song?
A hunting song? No. No, it is not a hunting song. It is the wail of the poet's heart on discovering that everything is commonplace. To understand it, cling passionately to one another and think of faint lilies. Oh, hollow, hollow, hollow. What time the poet hath hymned the writhing maid, lithe-limbed, quivering on amaranthine asphodel. How can he paint her woes, knowing, as well he knows, that all can be set right with calomel? When from the poet's plinth the amorous colocynth yearns for the aloe, faint with rapturous thrills, How can he hymn their throes, knowing, as well he knows, that they are only uncompounded pills?
Oh!
Is it, and can it be, nature hath this decree, nothing poetic in the world shall dwell, or that in all her works something poetic lurks, even in colocynth and calomel? I cannot tell.
How earnestly precious! Well, it seems to me to be nonsense.
Nonsense, yes, perhaps, but oh, what precious nonsense.
This is all very well, but you seem to forget you're engaged to us.
It can never be. You are not Empyrean. You are not Delakruskin. You are not even early English. Oh, be early English ere it is too late.
Red and yellow. Primary colours. Oh, South Kensington.
We didn't design our uniforms. We don't see how they could be improved.
No, you wouldn't. Still, there is a cobwebby grey velvet with a tender bloom like cold gravy, which made Florentine 14th century, trimmed with Venetian leather and Spanish altar lace and surmounted with something Japanese, it matters not what, would at least be early English. Come, maidens!
20 lovesick maidens we, lovesick all against our will.
Gentlemen, this is an insult to the British uniform.
A uniform that is accustomed to carry everything before it.
A uniform that has been as successful in the courts of Venus as on the field of Mars. When I first put this uniform on, I said as I looked in the glass, it's 1 to 1,000,000 that any civilian my figure and form will surpass. They will place as a term for the fair, and have plenty of that and to spare. While a lover's professions, when uttered in Hessians, are eloquent everywhere. A fact that I counted upon when I first put this uniform on.
A simple coincidence you could never have counted upon. The same thing occurred to me when I first put this uniform on.
I said when I first put it on, it is plain to the veriest dunce that every beauty will feel it her duty to yield to its glamour at once. They will see that I'm feeling all laced in a uniform handsome and chaste. But the peripatetics of long-haired aesthetics are very much more to their taste, which I never counted upon when I first put this uniform on.
A simple coincidence you could never have counted upon. I didn't anticipate that when I first put this uniform on.
Am I alone and unobserved? I am. Then let me own I'm an aesthetic sham. This air severe is but a mere veneer. This cynic smile is but a while of guile. This costume chaste is but good taste misplaced. Let me confess, a languid love for lilies does not blight me. Lank limbs and haggard cheeks do not delight me. I do not care for dirty greens by any means. I do not long for all one sees that's Japanese. I am not fond of uttering platitudes in stained glass attitudes. In short, my medievalism's affectation, born of a morbid love of admiration. If you're anxious for to shine in the high aesthetic line as a man of culture rare, you must get up all the germs of the transcendental terms and plant them everywhere. You must lie upon the daisies and discourse in novel phrases of your complicated state of mind. The meaning doesn't matter if it's only idle chatter of a transcendental kind. And everyone will say, as you walk your mystic way, if this young man expresses himself in terms too deep for me, why, what a very singularly deep young man this deep young man must be. Be eloquent in praise of the very dull old days which have long since passed away, and convince him, if you can, that the reign of good Queen Anne was culture's palmiest day. Of course you will pooh-pooh whatever's fresh and new, and declare it's crude and mean, for art stopped short in the cultivated court of the Empress Josephine. And everyone will say, as you walk your mystic way, if that's not good enough for him, which is good enough for me, why, what a very cultivated kind of youth this kind of youth must be. Then a sentimental fashion of a vegetable fashion must excite your languid spleen. An attachment on a Plato for a bashful young potato, or a not too French bean. Though the Philistines may jostle, you will rank as an apostle in the high aesthetic band. If you walk down Piccadilly with a poppy or a lily in your medieval hand. And everyone will say, as you walk your flowery way, if he's content with the vegetable love, it would certainly not suit me. Why, what a most particularly pure young man this pure young man must be. Patience! Come hither. Come. I am pleased with thee, the bitter-hearted one who finds all else hollow is pleased with thee. For you are not hollow, are you?
No, thanks. I have dined. But I beg your pardon, I interrupt you.
Life is made up of interruptions. The tortured soul, yearning for solitude, writhes under them. Oh, but my heart is weary. Oh, I am a cursed thing. Don't go.
Really, I'm very sorry.
Tell me, girl, do you ever yearn?
I yearn my living.
No. No. Do you know what it is to be heart-hungry? Do you know what it is to yearn for the indefinable and yet to be brought face to face daily with the multiplication table? Do you know what it is to seek oceans and to find puddles? To long for whirlwinds and to have to do the best you can with the bellows? That's my case. Oh, I am a cursed thing. Don't go.
If you please, I don't understand you. You frighten me.
Don't be frightened. It's only poetry.
Well, if that's poetry, I don't like poetry.
Don't you? Can I trust her? Patience, you don't like poetry. Well, between you and me, I don't like poetry. It's hollow, unsubstantial, unsatisfactory. What's the use of yearning for Elysian fields when you know you can't get them, and would only let him out on building leases if you had them?
Sir,
Patience, I have long loved you. Let me tell you a secret. I am not as bilious as I look. If you like, I will cut my hair. There is more innocent fun within me than the casual spectator would imagine. Oh, you have never seen me frolicsome. Be a good girl, a very good girl, and one day you shall. If you're fond of touch and go jocularity, this is the shop for it.
Sir, I will speak plainly. In the matter of love, I am untaught. I have never loved but my great aunt, but I am quite certain that under any circumstances, I couldn't possibly love you.
Oh, you think not?
I'm quite sure of it. Quite sure. Quite.
Very good. Life is henceforth a blank. I don't care what becomes of me. I have only to ask that you will not abuse my confidence. Though you despise me, I'm extremely popular with the other young ladies.
I only ask that you leave me and never renew the subject.
Certainly. Broken-hearted and desolate, I go. Oh, to be wafted away from this black Esseldormer of sorrow, where the dust of an earthly today is the earth of a dusty tomorrow. It is a little thing of my own. I call it heart foam. I shall not publish it. Farewell, patience. Patience! Farewell!
What on earth does it all mean? Why does he love me? Why does he expect me to love him? He's not a relation. Oh, it frightens me.
Why, Patience, what is the matter?
Lady Angela, tell me two things. Firstly, what on earth is this love that upsets everybody? And secondly, how is it to be distinguished from insanity?
Poor blind child. Oh, forgive her errors. Why, love is, of all passions, the most essential. It is the embodiment of purity, the abstraction of refinement, the idealization of utter unselfishness.
Love is?
Yes,
Dear me. Go on.
true love refines, purifies, elevates, exalts, and chastens. It is the one romantic feature in this chaos of materialism. It is the one unselfish emotion in this whirlpool of grasping greed.
Oh, dear. Oh,
Why are you crying?
to think that I have lived all of these years without having experienced this ennobling and unselfish passion. Why, what a wicked girl I must be. For it is unselfish, is it?
Absolutely. Love that is tainted with selfishness is no love. Oh, try to love. It really isn't difficult if you give your whole mind to it.
Oh, set about it at once. I won't go to bed until I'm head over ears in love with somebody.
Noble girl. But is it possible that you have never loved anybody?
Yes, one.
Whom?
My great aunt.
Great aunts don't count.
Then there's nobody. At least, no, nobody. Not since I was a baby. But that don't count, I suppose.
I don't know. Tell me all about it.
Long years ago, 14 maybe, when but a tiny babe before, another baby played with me, my elder by a year or more. A little child of beauty rare with marvelous eyes and wondrous hair, who in my child I seem to me, oh, that a little child should be. Oh, how we loved that child and I, how pure our baby joy, how true our love, and by the by, he was a little boy.
Old tale of Cupid's touch. I thought as much. He was a little boy.
Pray don't misconstrue what I say. Remember, pray, he was a little boy.
No doubt, yet spite of all your pains, the interesting fact remains. He was a little boy. No doubt, in spite of all my pains, the interesting fact remains. He was a little boy. He was a little
It's perfectly dreadful to think of the appalling state I must be in. I had no idea that love was a duty. No wonder they all look so unhappy. Upon my word, I hardly like to associate with myself. I don't think I'm respectable. I'll go at once and fall in love with a stranger.
Prithee, pretty maiden, prithee tell me true. Hey, but I'm doleful, willow, waly. Have you a lover dangling after you? Hey, willow, waly, oh. I would fain discover if you have a lover. Hey, willow, waly, oh.
Gentle sir, my heart is frolicsome and free. Hey, but he's doleful, willow, waly. Nobody I care for comes a-courting me. Hey, willow, waly, oh. Nobody I care for comes a-courting, therefore, hey, willow, waly, oh.
Prithee, pretty maiden, will you marry me? Hey, but I'm hopeful, willow, waly. I
say at once I am a man of property. Away, away, oh. Money I despise it, many people prize it. Away, away, oh.
Gentle sorrow to Mary I design. Hey, but he's hopeful, willow, willow, way. As yet I do not know you, and so I must decline. Hey, willow, way, oh. To other maidens go you, as yet I do not know you.
Patience! Can it be that you don't recognize me?
Recognize you? No, indeed, I don't.
Have 15 years so greatly changed me?
15 years? What do you mean?
Have you forgotten the friend of your youth? Your Archibald? Your little playfellow? Oh, Kronos, Kronos, this is too bad of you.
Archibald? Is it possible? Why, let me look. It is. Oh, it is. It must be. Oh, how happy I am. I thought we should never meet again. And how you've grown.
Yes, Patience, I am much taller and stronger than I was.
And how you've improved.
Yes, Patience, I am very beautiful.
But surely that doesn't make you unhappy.
Yes, Patience, gifted as I am with a beauty which probably has not its rival on earth, I am nevertheless utterly and completely miserable.
Oh, but why?
My child love for you has never faded. Conceive then the horror of my situation when I tell you it is my hideous destiny to be madly loved at first sight by every woman I come across.
But why do you make yourself so picturesque? Why not disguise yourself? Disfigure yourself? Anything to escape this persecution?
No, Patience. That may not be. These gifts, irksome as they are, were given to me for the enjoyment and delectation of my fellow creatures. I am a trustee for beauty, and it is my duty to see that the conditions of my trust are faithfully discharged.
And you too are a poet?
Yes, I am the apostle of simplicity. I'm called Archibald the All-Right. For I am infallible.
And is it possible that you condescend to love such a girl as I?
Yes, Patience. Is it not strange? I have loved you with a Florentine 14th century frenzy for full 15 years.
Oh, marvelous. I have hitherto been deaf to the voice of love. I seem now to know what love is. It has been revealed to me. It is Archibald Grosvenor.
Yes, Patience, it is.
We will never, never part.
We will live and die together.
I swear it.
We both swear it.
But, oh, horror.
What's the matter?
Why, you are perfection, a source of endless ecstasy to all who know you.
I know I am. Well?
Then bless my heart. There can be nothing unselfish in loving you.
Merciful powers, I never thought of that.
to monopolize those features on which all women love to linger. It would be unpardonable.
Why, so it would. Oh, fatal perfection! Again, you interpose between me and my happiness.
Oh, if you were but a thought less beautiful than you are.
Would that I were! But candor compels me to admit that I'm not.
Our duty is clear. We must part, and forever.
Oh, misery! And yet I cannot question the propriety of your decision. Farewell, Patience.
Farewell, Archibald. But stay!
Yes, Patience.
Although I may not love you, for you are perfection, there's nothing to prevent your loving me. I am plain, homely, unattractive.
Why, that's true.
The love of such a man as you, but such a girl as I, must be unselfish.
Unselfishness itself.
Though to marry you would very selfish be.
Hey, but I'm doleful, will away.
You may all the same continue loving me.
Hey, will away we go. All the world ignoring, I'll go on adoring. Hey, will away we go.
Let the merry simple song gaily pipe and in pleasure, with the Daphne for it bound. Tread a game of classic measure, tread a game of classic measure. Every heart with hope is beating for this exciting meeting. Fickle fortune will decide who shall be our buttonhole's bride. Every heart with hope is beating for this exciting meeting. Fickle fortune will decide who shall be our buttonhole's bride. Let the merry simple song pipe and give pleasure. With the Daphne for it bound. Tread a game of classic measure. Tread a game of classic measure.
Now tell us, we pray you, why thus they array you. O poet, how say you, what is it you have done? Now tell us, we pray you, why thus they array you. O poet, how say you, what is it you've done? O poet, how say you, what is it you've done?
Of right sacrificial by sentence judicial, this seems the initial shout, then why don't you run?
They cannot have led you to hang or behead you, nor may they all wed you, unfortunate one.
But tell us, we pray you, why thus they array you. O poet, how say you, what is it you've done?
Heartbroken at my patience's barbarity, by the advice of my solicitor, in aid of a deserving charity, I put myself up to be raffled for.
By the advice of his solicitor, he's put himself up to be raffled for.
Urged by his solicitor, he's put himself up to be raffled for.
For his blessing on his solicitor.
A hideous curse on his solicitor.
His blessing on his solicitor.
A hideous curse on his solicitor.
A blessing
A curse
on his solicitor.
on his
Stay, we implore you, before our hopes are blighted. You see before you the men to whom you're plighted.
Stay, we implore you, for we adore you. To us you're plighted, to be united. Stay, we implore you.
Your maiden hearts do not steal to pity's eloquent appeal. Such conduct British soldiers feel. Sigh, sigh, or sigh. To foemen still we rarely see a British soldier bend the knee. Yet one and all they kneel to ye. Kneel, kneel, all kneel. Of soldiers very seldom cry, and yet I need not tell you why. A teardrop dews each martial eye. Weep, weep, all weep.
Soldiers very seldom cry, and yet we need not tell you why.
A teardrop dews each martial eye.
Weep, weep,
Come walk up and punch with avidity. Overcome your difficulties and natural timidity. Tickets for the raffle should be purchased with avidity. Put in half a guinea and a husband you may gain. Such a judge of blue and white and other kinds of pottery, from early oriental down to modern terracottery. Put in half a guinea, you may draw him in the lottery. Such an opportunity may not occur again.
Such a judge of blue and white and other kinds of pottery, from early oriental down to modern terracottery. Put in half a guinea, you may draw him in a lottery. Such an opportunity may not occur again.
we win the world, but we're aware, but we don't care, but we don't care. There's fish in the sea, no doubt of it, as good as ever came out of it. And someday we shall get our share. So we don't care, so we don't care.
And are you going a ticket for to buy?
Most certainly I am. Why shouldn't I?
Oh, fortune, is hard. Blindfold your eyes. 2 minutes will decide who wins the prize. Lady Jane, I pray you draw the first.
He loves me best.
I want to know the worst.
Hold, stay hard.
What means this interference of this bold girl? And can you make a clearance?
Away with you, and to your milk pails go.
She wants a ticket. Take a dozen.
If there be parted in your breast for this penitent, with remorseful thought oppressed, sincerely doth repent. If you with one so lowly still desire to be allied, then you betake, if you will, for I will be your bride.
Oh, shame this one, oh, woe, this thing, oh, will, oh, take away.
How strong is love, for many weak. She's loved me fondly and has feared to speak. But nature, for restraint too mighty far, has burst the bonds of art. And here we are.
No, Mr. Bunford, no, you're wrong again. Permit me, I'll endeavor to explain. True love must single-hearted be.
Exactly so.
From every selfish fancy free.
Exactly so.
No idle thought of gain or joy a maiden's fancy should employ. True love must be without alloy. True love must be without alloy.
Exactly so.
Imposture to contempt must lead.
Exactly so.
Blind vanity's dissension see.
Exactly so.
It follows then a maiden who devotes herself to loving you is prompted by no selfish view. Is prompted by no selfish view.
Exactly so.
Are you resolved to wed this shameless one? Is there no chance for any other?
None.
teary shed. A pain that is all but a pleasure will change for the pleasure that's all but pain. And never, oh never us will range from that old love again. Yes, the pain that is all but a pleasure will change for the pleasure that's all but pain. And never, oh never us will range from that old love again. Oh never, heart will range. And never, hearts will range from that old
But who is this whose godlike grace proclaims he comes of noble race? And who is this whose manly face bears sorrow's interesting trace?
Yes, who is this whose godlike grace proclaims he comes of noble race?
I am a broken-hearted troubadour, whose mind's aesthetic and whose tastes are pure.
Aesthetic! He is aesthetic!
Yes, yes, I am aesthetic and poetic.
Then we love you.
They love him, horror!
They love him, horror. They love me, horror, horror, horror.
Shall I give the love
Reginald and sworn allegiance to his rival. And all, forsooth, because he has glanced with passing favour on a puling milkmaid. Fools, of that fancy he will soon weary. And then I, who alone am faithful to him, shall reap my reward. But do not dally too long, Reginald, for my charms are ripe, Reginald, and already they are decaying. Better secure me ere I have gone too far. Oh, this already has gone too far. Sad is that woman's lot, who year by year sees one by one her beauties disappear. When time grown weary of her heart-drawn sighs, impatiently begins to dim her eyes. Compelled at last in life's uncertain gloamings to wreathe her wrinkled brow with well-saved combings, reduced with rouge, lip salve, and pearly grey, to make up for lost time, as best she may. Silvered is the raven hair, spreading is the parting straight, mottled the complexion fair, halting is the youthful gait, hollow is the laughter free, spectacled the limpid eye. Little will be left of me in the coming by and by. Little will be left of me in the coming by and by. Fading is the taper waist, shapeless grows the shapely limb, and although severely laced, spreading is the figure trim, stouter than I used to be, still more corpulent grow. There will be too much of me in the coming by and by. There will be too much of me in the coming by and by.
Old tale. How rapturously these maidens love me, and how hopelessly. Oh, patience, patience! With the love of thee in my heart, what have I for these poor mad maidens? But an unvalued pity. Alas, they will die of hopeless love for me, as I shall die of hopeless love for thee.
Sir, will it please you read to us?
Yes, child, if you will, what shall I read?
One of your own poems.
Oh, one of my own poems. Better not, my child, for they will not cure thee of thy love.
Mr. Bunthorne used to read us a poem of his own every day.
And to do him justice, he read them extremely well.
Oh, did he? Did he so? Well, who am I that I should withhold my gifts from you? What am I but a trustee? Here is a decollete. A very pure and simple thing, a daisy, a babe might understand it. To appreciate it, it is not necessary to think of anything at all.
Let us think of nothing at all.
Gentle Jane was as good as gold. She always did as she was told. She never spoke when her mouth was full, or caught blue bottles their legs to pull, or spilt plum jam on her nice new frock, or put white mice in the 8-day clock, or vivisected her last new doll, or fostered a passion for alcohol. And when she grew up, she was given in marriage to a first-class earl who keeps his carriage. Carriage! I believe I am right in saying that there is not one word in that decollete which is calculated to bring the blush of shame to the cheek of modesty.
Not one. It is purity itself.
Here is another. Teasing Tom was a very bad boy. A great big squirt was his favorite toy. He put live shrimps in his father's boots and sewed up sleeves of his Sunday suits. He punched his poor little sisters' heads and Kaye and peppered their four-post beds. He plastered their hair with cobbler's wax and dropped hot halfpennies down their backs. The consequence was he was lost totally and married a girl in the corps de ballet.
Marked you! How grandly, how relentlessly the damning catalogue of crime strode on, till retribution, like a poisoned hawk, came swooping down upon the wrongdoer. Oh, it was terrible.
Oh, sir, you are indeed a true poet, for you touch our hearts and they go out to you.
This is simply cloying. Ladies, I am sorry to appear ungallant, but this is Saturday, and you've been following me about ever since Monday. I should like the usual half-holiday. I will take it as personal favor if you will kindly allow me to close early today.
Oh, sir! Oh, do not send us from you!
Poor girls. It is best to speak plainly. I know that I am loved by you, but I never can love you in return, for my heart is fixed elsewhere. Remember the fable of the magnet and the churn.
But we don't know the fable of the magnet and the churn.
Don't you? Then I will sing it to you. A magnet hung in a hardware shop, and all around was a loving crop of scissors and needles, nails and knives, offering love for all their lives. But for I and the magnet felt no whim. Though he charmed iron, it charmed not him. From needles and nails and knives he'd turn, for he'd set his love on a silver churn.
A silver churn.
A silver churn. His most aesthetic, very magnetic fancy took this turn. If I can wheedle a knife or a needle, why not a silver churn?
His most aesthetic, very magnetic fancy took this turn. If I can wheedle a knife or a needle, why not a silver churn?
And iron and steel express surprise. The needles open their well-drilled eyes. The penknives felt shut up, no doubt. The scissors declared themselves cut out. The kettles they boiled with rage, 'tis said, while every nail went off its head, and hither and thither began to roam, till a hammer came up and drove them home.
It drove them home.
It drove them home. While this magnetic, peripatetic lover he lived to learn, by no endeavor can magnet ever attract a silver churn.
While this magnetic, peripatetic lover he lived to learn,
By no endeavor can magnet ever attract a silver churn. At last they are gone. What is this mysterious fascination that I seem to exercise over all I come across? Oh, a curse on my fatal beauty, for I am sick of conquests.
Archibald!
Patience! Oh.
I've escaped with difficulty from my Reginald. I wanted to see you so much that I might ask you if you still love me as fondly as ever.
Love you? If the devotion of a lifetime were but to...
Hold! Unhand me or I scream! If you are a gentleman, pray remember that I'm another's. But you do love me, don't you?
Madly, hopelessly, despairingly.
Oh, that's right. I never can be yours, but that's right.
And you love this Bonthorn?
With a heart-whole ecstasy that withers and scorches and burns and stings. It is my duty.
Admirable girl. But you're not happy with him?
Happy? I am miserable beyond description.
That's right. I never can be yours. But that's right.
But go now, I see dear Reginald approaching. Farewell, dear Archibald. I cannot tell you how happy it has made me to know that you still love me.
Ah, if I only dared.
Sir, this language to one who is promised to another. Oh, Archibald, think of me sometimes, for my heart is breaking. He is so unkind to me, and you would be so loving.
Loving.
Advance one step, and as I am a good and pure woman, I scream. Farewell, Archibald. Stop there! Think of me sometimes. Advance at your peril. Once more. Adieu.
In a doleful train, and one I walk all day, for I love in vain.
Crying, eh? What are you crying about?
I've only been thinking how dearly I love you.
Love me, Bar.
Love him, Bar.
Don't you interfere.
He always crushes me.
What is the matter, dear Reginald? If you have any sorrow, tell it to me that I may share it with you. It is my duty.
Whom were you talking with just now?
With dear Archibald.
Oh, with dear Archibald.
Upon my honor, this is too much.
A great deal too much.
Do be quiet.
Crushed again.
I think he is the noblest, purest, and most perfect being I've ever met. But I don't love him. It is true that he's devotedly attached to me, but I don't love him. Whenever he grows affectionate, I scream. It is my duty.
I dare say.
So do I dare say.
Why, how could I love him and love you too? You can't love two people at once.
Oh, can't you though? Oh.
No, you can't. I only wish you could.
I don't believe you know what love is.
Oh! Yes, I do. There was a happy time when I didn't. But a bitter experience has taught me. Love is a plaintive song, sung by a suffering maid, telling a tale of wrong, telling of hope betrayed, true to its changing note, sorry when he is sad, blind to his every mote, merry when he's glad, merry when he
Everything has gone wrong with me since that smug-faced idiot came here. Before that, I was admired. I may say loved.
Too mild. Adored.
Do let a poet soliloquize. The damosels used to follow me wherever I went. Now they all follow him.
Not all. I am still faithful to you.
Yes, and a pretty damosel you are.
No, not pretty. Massive. Oh, cheer up. I will never leave you. I swear it.
Oh, thank you. I know what it is. It's his confounded mildness. They find me too highly spiced, if you please. And no doubt I am highly spiced.
Not for my taste.
No, but I am for theirs. But I will show the world I can be as mild as he. If they want insipidity, they shall have it. I'll meet this fellow on his own ground and beat him on it.
You shall, and I will help you.
You will? Jane, there's a good deal of good in you after all.
So go to him and say to him with compliment ironical.
Say hey to you, good day to you, and that's what I shall say.
Your style is much too sanctified, your cut is too canonical.
Sing ba to you, ha ha to you, and that's what I shall say.
I was the beau ideal of the morbid young aesthetical. To doubt my inspiration was regarded as heretical, until you cut me out with your placidity emetical.
Sing boo to you, poo poo to you, and that's what I shall say. Sing boo to you, poo poo to you, and that's what I shall say.
Sing hey to you, good day to you, sing boo to you, ha ha to you, sing boo to you, poo poo to you, and that's what you should say. Sing hey to you, good day to you, sing boo to you, ha ha to you, sing boo to you, and that's what you shall say.
Boo, boo, and that's what I shall say. Bow, bow, and that's what I shall say.
Very good.
I'll tell him that unless he will consent to be more jocular,
Sing boo to you, poo poo to you, and that's what you should say.
to cut his curly hair and stick an eyeglass in his ocular,
Boo to you, ha ha to you, and that's what you should say.
to stop his conversation full of quibble and of quiddity, to dine on chops and roly-poly pudding with avidity. He'd better clear away with all convenient rapidity.
Sing hey to you, good day to you, and that's what you should say.
Sing boo to you, poo poo to you, and that's what I shall say.
Sing hey to you, good day to you, sing boo to you, ha ha to you, sing boo to you, poo poo to you, and that's what you should say. Sing hey to you, good day to you, sing boo to you, ha ha to you, sing boo to you, and that's what I shall say.
Boo, boo, and that's what I shall say. Bah, bah, and that's what I shall say. I'll tell him that unless he will consent to be more jocular,
Boo to you, poo poo to you, and that's what you should say.
to cut his curly hair and stick an eyeglass in his ocular,
Sing boo to you, ha ha to you, and that's what you should say.
to stop his conversation full of quibble and of quiddity, to dine on chops and roly-poly pudding with avidity. He'd better clear away with all convenient rapidity.
Sing hey to you, good day to you, and that's what you should say.
Sing boo to you, poo poo to you, and that's what I shall say.
Sing hey to you, good day to you, sing boo to you, ha ha to you, sing boo to you, poo poo to you, and that's what you should say. Sing hey to you, good day to you, sing boo to you, ha ha to you, sing boo to you, and that's what
I
you
shall
should say. Bah!
Boo,
Bah!
boo, and that's what I shall say. Bah,
Boo!
bah,
Boo!
and that's what I shall say.
pooh-pooh to you, and that's what you should say.
Cut his curly hair and stick an eyeglass in his ocular.
Sing baa to you, ha-ha to you, and that's what you should say.
To stuff his conversation full of quibble and of quiddity, he dined on chops and roly-poly pudding with avidity, but to clear the way without convenient rapidity.
Sing hey to you, good day to you, and that's what you should say.
Sing boo to you, poo-poo to you, and that's what I shall say.
Sing hey to you, good day to you, sing baa to you, ha-ha to you, sing baa to you, and that's what you should say. Sing hey to you, good day to you, sing baa to you, ha-ha to you, sing baa to you,
and that's what I shall say.
Baa! Baa!
Boo!
And that's what I shall say.
Bah!
Boo!
Bah!
Boo!
And that's what
you
I shall say.
It's clear that medieval art alone retains its zest. To charm and please its devotees, we've done our little best. We're not quite sure if all we do has the early English ring, but as far as we can judge, it's something like this sort of thing. You hold yourself like this. You hold yourself like that. By hook and crook, you try to look rectangular and flat. We venture to expect, oh, that's what we recollect. No but a part of true high art will have its due effect. If this is not exactly right, we hope you won't upbraid. You can't get my aesthetic taste like trousers ready-made. True muse on medievalism time alone will bring. But as far as we can judge, it's something like this sort of thing. You hold yourself like this. You hold yourself like that. By hook and crook, you try to look rectangular and flat. To cultivate the trim rigidity of him, you want to get a marionette and form your style on him.
Yes, it's quite clear that our only chance of making a lasting impression on these young ladies is to become as aesthetic as they are.
No doubt. The only question is how far we succeeded in doing so. I don't know why, but I've an idea that this is not quite right.
I don't like it. I never did. I don't see what it means. I do it, but I don't like it.
My good friend, the question is not whether we like it, but whether they do. They understand these things. We don't. Now, I shouldn't be surprised if this is effective enough. At a distance?
I can't help thinking we're a little stiff at it. It would be extremely awkward if we were to be struck. So.
Don't think we shall be struck so. Perhaps we're a little awkward at first, but everything must have a beginning. Oh, here they come. Attention!
immortal fire has descended on them, and they are of the inner brotherhood, perceptibly intense and consummately utter.
How Botticellian! How Fra-Angelican! Oh, art, we thank thee for this boon.
I'm afraid we're not quite right.
Not supremely, perhaps, but oh, so old. But, oh, Sophia, are they not quite too old? But
They are indeed jolly utter.
I wonder what the inner brotherhood usually recommend for, cramp.
Ladies, we will not deceive you. We are doing this at some personal inconvenience with the view of expressing the extremity of our devotion to you. We trust it is not without its effect.
we will not deny that we are much moved by this proof of your attachment.
Yes, your conversion to the principles of aesthetic art in its highest development has touched us deeply.
And if Mr. Grosvenor should remain obdurate,
Which we have every reason to believe he will.
I wish they'd make haste.
we are not prepared to say that our yearning hearts will not go out to you.
Bisections of threes, rapture!
It's extremely good. For beginners, it's admirable.
Well, the only question is, who will take who?
The Duke chooses first as a matter of course.
I couldn't think of it. You are really too good.
Nothing of the kind. You are a great matrimonial fish, and it's only fair that each of these ladies should have the chance of hooking you. It's perfectly simple. Observe. Suppose you choose Angela, I take Sophia, Major takes nobody.
What?
Suppose you choose Sophia, Major takes Angela, I take... No. Suppose you choose neither, I take Angela, Major takes Sophia. Clear as day.
If Saphir I choose to marry, I shall be fixed up for life. Then the Colonel need not tarry, Angela can be his wife.
In the case of President and single, I shall live and die. I shall have to be contented with a heartfelt sympathy.
We have to be contented with a heartfelt sympathy.
That doesn't rhyme.
Major, there I get it. In the case of President and single, I shall live and die. I shall have to be contented with a heartfelt sympathy. I shall have to be contented with a heartfelt sympathy. I shall have to be contented with a heartfelt sympathy.
After Phalange I determine at my wedding she'll appear decked in diamond and ermine. Major then can take Sophia.
In that case, unprecedented single, I shall live and die. I shall have to be contented with their heartfelt sympathy.
Be contented with a heartfelt sympathy.
Or can I say you can touch me? In the case of President single, I shall live and die. I shall have to be contented with a heartfelt sympathy. I shall have to be contented with a heartfelt sympathy. I shall have to be contented with a heartfelt sympathy.
Here I come.
After some consideration, if on neither I decide, Sophia then can take the Colonel, Angie be the Major's bride. In that case unprecedented, single I shall live and die. I shall have to be contented. Psst, psst, with their heartfelt sympathy.
We will have to be contented with a heartfelt sympathy.
In that case, unless the dancing singer, I shall live and die. He will have to be contented with a heart and sympathy. I shall have to be contented with a heart and sympathy. He will have to be contented with a heart and sympathy.
Very pleasant to be alone. Oh. It is pleasant to be able to gaze at leisure upon those features which all others may gaze upon at their good will. I'm a very Narcissus.
It's no use. I can't live without admiration. Since Grosvenor came here, insipidity has been at a premium. He is there.
Oh, Mr. Bunthorne, come here, look. Very graceful, isn't it?
Allow me, I haven't seen it. Ah, yes, it is graceful.
Oh, good gracious, not that. This.
Oh, you don't mean that. Ah, I'm in no mood for trifling.
And what is amiss?
Ever since you came here, you have entirely monopolized the attentions of the young ladies. I don't like it, sir.
My good sir, how can I help it? They are the plague of my life. My dear Mr. Bunthorne, with your personal disadvantages, you can have no idea of the inconvenience of being madly loved at first sight by every woman you meet.
Sir, until you came here, I was adored.
Exactly, until I came here. That's my grievance. I assure you, if you could only suggest some means whereby, consistently with my duty to society, I could escape these inconvenient attentions, you would earn my everlasting gratitude.
I will do so at once. However popular it may be with the world at large, your personal appearance is highly objectionable to me.
It is? Oh, it is? Well, thank you. Thank you very much. How can I express my gratitude?
By making a complete change at once. Your conversation must henceforth be perfectly matter-of-fact. You must cut your hair and have a back parting.
Beg pardon?
Back parting, sir. In appearance and costume, you must be absolutely commonplace.
No. Pardon me, that's impossible.
Take care. When I am thwarted, I am very terrible.
I can't help that. My dear Mr. Bunthorne, I'm a man with a mission, and that mission must be fulfilled.
I don't think you quite appreciate the consequences of thwarting me.
I don't care what they are.
Suppose, well, I won't go so far as to say that I will do it, but suppose for one moment I were to curse you! Very well, take care.
But surely you would never do that.
Oh, I don't know. It would be an extreme measure, no doubt. Still!
But you would not do it. I'm sure you would not. Oh, reflect! Reflect! You had a mother once.
Never!
Then you had an aunt? Ah, I see you had. By the memory of that aunt, I implore you to pause ere you resort to this last fearful expedient. Oh, Mr. Bunthorne, reflect, reflect, reflect.
I must not allow myself to be unmanned. It is useless. Consent at once, or may a nephew's curse.
Hold! Are you absolutely resolved?
Absolutely.
Will nothing shake you?
Nothing. I am adamant.
Very good. Then I yield.
You swear it?
I do, cheerfully. I have long wished for a reasonable pretext for such a change as you suggest. It has come at last. I do it on compulsion.
Victory! I triumph! When I go out of door, of damosels a score, all sighing and burning and clinging and yearning will follow me as before. I shall with cultured taste distinguish gems from paste, and high diddle-diddle will rank as a niddle if I pronounce it chaste. A most intense young man, a soulful-eyed young man, an ultra-poetical, super-aesthetical, out-of-the-way young man.
Conceive me if you can, an everyday young man, a commonplace type with a stick and a pipe and a half-bred black and tan, who thinks suburban hops more fun than Monday pops, who's fond of his dinner and doesn't get thinner on bottled beer and chops. A commonplace young man, a matter-of-fact young man, a steady and stolidly, jolly bank-holiday, everyday young man. A Japanese young man, a blue and white young man, Francesca de Rimini, Mimini, Pimini, je ne sais quoi young man. A Chancery Lane young man, a Somerset House young man, a very delectable, highly respectable threepenny bus young man.
A pallid and thin young man, a haggard and lank young man, a greenery gallery, Grosvenor gallery, foot in the grave young man.
A Sewell and Cross young man, a Howell and James young man, a Pushing and Portugal, what's the next article, Waterloo House young man. Conceive me if you can, a matter-of-fact young man, an ultra-poetical, super-aesthetical, everyday young man.
Conceive me if you can, a matter-of-fact young man, an ultra-poetical, super-aesthetical, out-of-the-way young man. It is all right. I have committed my last act of ill nature, and henceforth I'm a changed character.
Dancing? What in the world is the matter with you?
Patience, I am a changed man. Hitherto I've been gloomy, moody, fitful, uncertain in temper, and selfish in disposition.
You have, indeed.
All that has changed. I have reformed. I've modeled myself upon Mr. Grosvenor. Henceforth, I am mildly cheerful. My conversation will blend amusement with instruction. I shall still be aesthetic, but my aestheticism will be of the most pastoral kind.
Oh, Reginald, is all this true?
Quite true. Observe how amiable I am.
But, Reginald, how long will this last?
With occasional interval for rest and refreshment, as long as I do.
Oh, Reginald, I'm so happy. Oh, dear, dear Reginald, I cannot express the joy I feel at this change. It will no longer be a duty to love you, but a pleasure, a rapture, an ecstasy.
My darling.
But, oh, horror.
What's the matter?
Is it quite certain that you have absolutely reformed, that you are henceforth a perfect being, utterly free from defect of any kind?
It is quite certain I have sworn it.
And I never can be yours.
Why not?
Love, to be pure, must be absolutely unselfish. And there can be nothing unselfish in loving so perfect a being as you've now become.
But stop a bit. I don't want to change. I'll relapse. I'll be as I was. Interrupted. Oh.
I'm a son of a note, young man, Gilbertian quote, young man, a laurel and heartiest, doily courtiest, twist in the plot, young man.
We're even Marcus girls, we're Bloomingdale's young girls, we're prettily pattering, cheerily chattering, Upper East Side young girls.
Angela, Ella, Sophia, what does this mean?
It means that Archibald, the all right, cannot be all wrong. And if the all right chooses to discard aestheticism, it proves that aestheticism ought to be discarded.
Oh, Archibald, Archibald, I'm shocked, surprised, terrified.
I can't help it. I'm not a free agent. I do it on compulsion.
This is terrible. Go. I shall never set eyes on you again.
I say.
What? Oh, Joy!
What's the matter?
Is it quite certain that you will always be a commonplace young man?
Always. I've sworn it.
Why, then there's nothing to prevent my loving you with all the fervor at my command.
Why, that's true.
My Archibald.
My patience. Crushed again.
Cheer up! I am still here. I have never left you, and I never will.
Oh, thank you, Jane. After all, there's no denying it. You're a fine figure of a woman.
My Reginald!
My Jane!
Ladies, the Duke has, at length, determined to select a bride.
I have a great gift to bestow. Approach such of you as are truly lovely. In personal appearance, you have all that is necessary to make a woman happy. In common fairness, I think I ought to choose the only one among you who has the misfortune to be distinctly plain. Jane.
Duke!
Crushed again.
After much debate internal, I on Lady Jane decide. Safia now may take the colonel, and she be the major's bride.
In that case, unprecedented single, I must live and die. I shall have to be contented with the tulip or lily.
We will have to be contented with the tulip or lily. In that case, unprecedented single, he must live and